Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be going over Chapter 4 Season 1. That's right, it is that time. It's almost the end of the season, so let's go over it. First we're going to be going over the map. Then we're going to be going over the guns and weapons and items, all of that. Then we're going to be going over the gameplay. So let's get right into it. The map had a bit of places where there's no POIs and it's a bit bland. So they could utilize that in Season 2. It's a bit smaller, less POIs than before, but that's okay. I thought we were going to get at least one new POI throughout the season, but there were barely any map changes. But you know, it's a new chapter, so it's fine. I'm hoping to see some next season. Okay, let's go over the POIs. You have to go through all of them because they're all new. Starting at the top left, we have Breakwater Bay, little village by the ocean. It has decent amount of loot. It's a place where you wouldn't think people would land. But not many people land there. People land there though, sometimes. It's a fun place to land, if you wanna not have too many fights and just loot and have a good time. Okay, next we're going into the snow now. Brutal Bastion, very big POI and has lots of loot. And I liked how in the walls there was like loose bricks. If you break them, there's like these rooms. And it had chests and some slurp barrels that you can get for extra health and extra loot. Now we have Lonely Labs, the place on the iceberg where no one lands because it's lonely. Okay, I'm joking. Some people landed there, but I think it's underrated. Has the capture points, we'll talk about that later. And lots of loot, decent amount of loot. I just like landing there. And next up we have the Citadel now. Now the Citadel, it's a very high place. I didn't like that about it. Sometimes I died to full damage. Maybe that's just my problem. And also, it's a maze to get out of sometimes. Looking on the brighter side though, it had lots of Oathbound chests around the area, which drop Oathbound loot and some other loot for you to get. And it also had the Aegis Champion with his mythics. We'll talk about all of this later. I'm telling you guys, there's a lot to go through. This season was jam-packed. So yeah. Next up we have Anvil Square, which is the POI I'm in right now in this footage. I'm playing with Robosuit in, and it's a sweat fest. It's definitely the hot drop for this season. So if you want some action, go here. It's a good amount of loot, and so yeah, good POI, and it's in the middle of the map as well. Next we have a fairly big POI. Slappy Shores is kind of like a town kind of place. It has the Slap Juice Factory, which is a new type of juice got added this season. And we'll talk about that later as well. And I liked the place because it was very, wide, had lots of loot. And it had lots of buildings too. And there was a building like with a squid on it. I really like the squid. Okay, next up we have Shattered Slabs. It's like a mine for kinetic ore, which is the thing where you pickaxe it and it goes like flying. It's the thing that makes the shockwave hammers for the season. We'll talk about that later. I'm telling you guys, so much things to talk about. But I didn't really land here that much, except from like a time an event happens in the season. I used to land there a lot, but we'll talk about that when we get to that. Other than that, it's an okay POI. It's got loot, and so yeah. Next we have Frenzy Fields. That's right, Frenzy Farm is back, but not in the way that it used to be. But it's still a really nice place to land. Still gives me Frenzy Farm vibes, kind of. And I just like landing there because it's such a good place. I used to like Frenzy Farm back in the day. I was so sad when they smashed it with Stark Industries. How could you, Tony? Anyway, next up we have the last POI actually. Telling you there's not much. Anyway, Faulty Splits. It's a kind of good place to land. It had the bowling alley, the hot dog place, and it's a good place to land just because it had good loot, and I liked going to the top where there's like a little village and the capture point was up there instead of down. And also, it was like almost as sweaty as Anvil. It was like, I think it was second. Maybe not. But like, I think loads of people landed faulty splits as well. So yeah, that's it for the POIs. Now we are going on to the weapons. We are starting with assault rifles. Sorry if I miss out anything in this video. Just tell me down in the comments below. First up, we have the Scar. They made grey, green and blue scars. I don't know why they didn't keep the old model, and then they made purple and gold for the old model, even though it's not even in the game. Why did I say mobile? Anyway, I'm kind of jumbling up my words. But the Scar is very inaccurate now. They kind of nerfed it. And people are mad about it. But like, at the start of the season, I wasn't really using it. But now I've started to use it more. And I started to hit shots. So it's an okay gun to have. Next, we have the Red Eye Assault Rifle. It's kind of like an MP, but it shoots slower but does more damage. Kind of just like the Heavy Assault Rifle, but with red dot sight. It's a really good gun. A lot of accuracy, a lot of damage. You know, you can hit lots of shots with it. And yeah, I used to use it at the start of the season, but then I leaned towards more the Scar. I just think it's more flexible, the Scar. But I'll pick it up sometimes. Next we had the Burst Assault Rifle in the FAMAS form. Purple and gold wasn't the org anymore because, you know, the Striker Burst thing happened. And so they had to remove it. People, when it came back, people were like, oh, we didn't ask for this. But actually, I'm okay with it coming back. Like, I really like it. I use it sometimes. So yeah, it's all good. Next up, I don't know if this counts as an assault rifle, but I'm just going to put it. Infantry rifle. Came back just recently in the last update. And it's a good gun. Very accurate. And does some good damage when you can hit your shots. So yeah, I'm happy that the infantry rifle's back. This season had a very good loot pool, by the way. I hope they keep that up. Last AR, we had the tactical assault rifle. Now they added a red dot sight to it, and it's absolutely like, it might be my favorite assault rifle. Like they made it even better. Like, it's so good. It's actually really good. So you should try it. You can only get it from like the augment though. I'll talk about augments later. Very big thing they added. And it also came with another weapon, which I'm gonna cover in a second. Also, we had some exotic assault rifles. Well, we only had one, and it was the exotic heisted explosive assault rifle for the Most Wanted event, which we'll talk about, you know, later. And it's basically the red eye, but shoots slower, but it like does explosive damage, and it's actually really OP. So that was good. Next we have up shotguns. Now they remixed the pump and the tac again. I don't know why they just won't bring it back. Please just bring it back, please. Anyway, so we had the Thunder shotgun. This was actually a good remix of the pump. Like, I think it was better than the Striker pump. I like the Thunder shotgun. But like, if you can bring the pump back, that would be good. Maven Auto, it's okay, I guess. It's not the best, but you know, it's the Maven Auto, and then you can kind of have like your fast firing gun if you want that, your fast firing shotgun. Next up we had the heavy shotgun they brought back. They still haven't changed it. Still has like the one pellet, and you know, they didn't change it back to the old form. But you know, it's not as bad as people think. I feel like you can hit shots more with it, or maybe that's just me. But yeah, it's not the best shotgun, but you know, still happy to have it in the game. And the last shotgun here, except from the exotic shotguns, we got 2 of them this season for the heist event. But anyway, aside from that, we got the combat shotgun, which came with a tactical assault rifle for tactical armory. I don't know why people were saying this was trash before, because Maybe they buffed it, but like combat shotgun is so good. Like tactical armor is one of the best perks. Well, my favorite, in my opinion, because of the two guns. They're just so good, and so I really enjoy using them. Next up, we have the heisted breacher shotgun, which is the heavy shotgun which one-shots. Well, it doesn't one-shot players, it one-shots walls. And it doesn't even one-shot walls. Like, it one-shots most walls, but not every wall. But it does a lot of damage to them. But yeah. And then we had the heisted Acrylonant shotgun, which is the Maven Auto. But every time you shoot with it, you get pepper effect, and the gun shoots faster. The fire rate goes up. So that was quite OP. So, to say the least. Next up, we have SMGs. Now, the SMGs were really good. So, let's just get into it. First up, we have the Machine SMG, which I really liked, but it's probably the worst of the SMGs. Because, like, I didn't really pick it up. Because there was another SMG and it was quite better. But they changed it from machine pistol to machine SMG. I don't know why. But they decided to do that. But I guess I'm okay with it. Doing that. They could do that if they want to. But it doesn't really make a difference to the gun. The gun still works the same. Now we have the twin mag SMG. It basically works like you shoot the gun, you have two mags, and when you reload or run out of ammo, it goes to the next mag. Like, yeah. Even if you have like ammo in your first magazine, it goes to the next magazine when you reload. And then when you finish that magazine or just reload, it reloads the whole gun. And when it flips to the mag, it flips like really quick. So it's basically it's just two magazines. But the magazines are not like that big, but each one, but like together, it's really good. The twin mag, definitely a go-to SMG. I really like it. Next up, we had the heisted SMGs, which was the heisted blink mag, was the twin mag, but every time you reload, you get 0 point dash. It didn't last for very long, but it was still good. Next up, we have the heisted run and gun SMG, which gives you slap juice effect. I might as well talk about it now. Gives you slap juice effect when you have it equipped. Otherwise, it was just the P90. And so yeah, the actual P90 didn't come back, but that was the only form of P90 we had. But yeah, slap juice effect is basically infinite sprint. So like, as long as you're holding the gun, you have infinite sprint. But you had to have it like equipped. Like, you can't just have it in your inventory and you have infinite sprint. You have to have it equipped. So yeah, that was pretty OP. And we'll get to slap juice later. And all the other slap products. Next up, we have the snipers. Now, there was only one sniper, because bows were the substitute, but bows got voted in the most wanted event, and then we got back a sniper. Well, yeah, and we got the heavy sniper, and now that they buff snipers back, bro, the blue one does over 300 damage to the head. It's actually crazy. Just get one shot from over the map, and I prefer snipers than bows. I liked having snipers back. I wish they kept it, but they couldn't. Next up, we have the bows. We had the primal stink bow, flame bow, and the mechanical shockwave and the explosive. And I don't think anyone cares about this, but they did make blue versions, so it's more common, because they don't have the normal mechanical or primal bows. They just have the ones with special effects, and you don't need to craft or anything. So yeah, that's done for the bows. The pistols, we only had one pistol that stayed for the whole season, which was the tactical pistol. It was OP. It was better than both of the SMGs. And there was a mythic one as well, and if you connected it with the white perks, it's OP. It's OP. Like, you could get the mythic one from the perks, and then just get other augments. Augments are perks, by the way. When I say perks, I mean augments. Which would, like, I'll explain later. But if you connect it with the right ones, the pistol's OP. The pistol's actually so OP. But yeah, the pistol's really good. Tactical pistol, really fast, really quick reload time. It's just great. Next up, we had the 6-shooter that came back recently with the infantry rifle. It shoots fast when you're not aiming down sights. When you are aiming down sights, it shoots a bit slower, but it's more accurate. Doesn't do that much damage. I'm just not really a fan of it. And then we had the ones for the heisted event that came back. So first we had the suppressed pistol. It came back a few times for Wild Weeks in the past, so I wasn't really that excited, but I was still excited for it. By the way, talking about Wild Weeks, we didn't have one this season, so I wonder what went on with that. But I don't know. Now we have the dual pistols, and they were good. I was happy to see them back. We also had the Hot Rock dualies. Oh yeah, and I also forgot to mention, we did get the Boom Sniper back. So that was cool that we got the Boom Sniper back. Because the Boom Sniper is the Boom Sniper. And then the last pistol we got is the hand cannon. Happy to see that back. I couldn't hit a shot with it, but maybe that's just me. Next up we have explosives. There was the rocket launcher, but then it got swapped out in the winter event, which we'll talk about, for the snowball launcher, but then it came back after that. So for the rest of the season. So that was good, I guess. And then next up we have marksman rifles, the last of the gun category. We still have weapons to go through and items, but the gun, this is the last of the guns. So we had two actually. The DMR came back. Also, fun fact, it's been in every season since it's released. Chapter 3 Season 3, Chapter 3 Season 4, and Chapter 4 Season 1. It's all been in those seasons, the DMR. So yeah, fun fact for you, I guess. And in this season, we got a new marksman rifle called the Excalibur rifle, which you shoot a sword. And basically, it does damage, but then after it does damage, it sticks onto the person and it explodes for more explosive damage. It did come off when you emoted, like the clingers, and it didn't have that much range when you exploded it, so you could get away, but you had to be really fast. And so yeah, then we had the melee weapon, the shockwave hammer, which you could bounce with it, and you could also just smash people for 75 damage, and if you got lucky, 125 you can get on the person. It was very overpowered. It used to have 4 bounces, but then it had 3, and also there was a mythic one, and then there was a mythic Excalibur as well for the Ageless Champion. He was kind of hard to defeat. He'll just abuse with the hammer, but once you defeated him, you got his hammer with 5 charges. Now that the shockwave hammer has 3, the normal one, it has more an advantage if you pick it up. We also had the impulse grenades back, which I don't know who wanted that back, but if you wanted it back, then there you go, you have it now. Also, tell me down in the comments below if I missed something, because I may have missed something out and I'm forgetting something. We had slap juice. I want to talk about this. And we have slap berries as well, and the slap containers, like we have slurp containers as well. And they basically give you a bit of health. They don't give you that much, but when you do, you get infinite sprint for a certain amount of time. Works on animals too, so you go ahead and get some slap juice on your animals. And it's very good as well, where you pair it with a certain augment, and it's called Soaring Sprints, and it basically makes you have low gravity jump when you have when you're sprinting, and infinite sprint helps that. And so you had Slurp Juice come back. Hadn't come back in a long time. Slurp Juice. So I'm happy to see that back. It's a really good heal to have in your arsenal. And then we have like all the regular heals as well. Had Chug Cannon in this season. I think he was in last season, but like Chug Cannon, just want to shout it out because really helpful. Chug Splashes, all the normal, med kit, shield, pot. The fish, they got wiped out. Like, I think the fish are endangered in Fortnite. Like, all we have is the floppers, the shield fish, and the small fry. Like, all the other fish are gone. I don't know where they went. I think they just disappeared or something. I don't know where the fish went. Yeah, because I think the fish, I think they died or something. I'm sorry. But, like, I don't know where the fish went. Anyway, I think that's it for all the items. If I missed anything out, please tell me, because I'd really like to know if I missed anything. But there was jellyfish, I remember. There is jellyfish. But, the jellyfish, you can only get it from an augment where you fish out only jellyfish. Oh, and there was the big bush bomb as well, where you can throw a bush down. I always forgot about that. The big bush bomb is very good for bush warrior, where you get health inside of a bush. Up to 100 health and 50 shield. Oh, and I also need to talk about these mythic weapons. There's 3 mythic weapons. And they're tied to anime. So first we had the Kamehameha back and the Nimbus Cloud for 2 weeks for the second Dragon Ball collab with Piccolo and Gohan, which I like the Kamehameha. I didn't mind it. It's overpowered, but like it's in a way that I don't really mind. And we also had the Nimbus Cloud, which was good for escaping. Fly up in the sky. It's like a glider on a cloud, the Nimbus Cloud from Dragon Ball. But we also had this, My Hero Academia. And don't get me wrong, I love the collab. I love the show, yeah? But Deku's Smash was a problem. When it first got added, it removed in 5 days because of a bug. But then it came back. It was all good. And it lasted till the end of the season. But this thing is overpowered. It's overpowered. You could build so many walls, and it could just go through the walls and still hit you for 250. That's a one shot even in zero build. The overshield is meant to be a substitute to building, but it goes through your overshield. So it's even more dangerous in zero build. And it can do to multiple people. It could do 250 damage to multiple people. And sometimes you can hit someone, clearly hit someone, and it doesn't do anything. And all of this is really annoying. So the Deku Smash should be removed next season, and I think it is going to get removed. But if it doesn't, then gonna have a word with Epic. Gonna have to have a word. But yeah, I think that is the end now, finally. Oh yeah, we also had launch pads. I'm sorry guys, there's so much. Yeah, the launch pads, not the old ones. We still had the throwable ones. You could only find them in supply drop though. And porter bunkers were still in the game, but only in zero build. That was a smart choice. Before I forget, we have more Oathbound items, like the Falcon Scout, where you could scout for players, scan, pick up items, pick up down players, pick up reboot cards. You can't reboot with it, but you can open chests, loot. It was really handy to have. And also the Guardian Shield, which can block basically anything, go through it. You could throw it down, or you could just have it in your hand while moving with it. But people can go through it and just shoot you. So use it from a distance. If someone's spraying you or something, that's where it'll be useful. It will definitely be good in zero build. That's where its strong point is in zero build. It's really good there. So yeah, Now we're going on to the gameplay. Okay, winter event, they brought back Santa with his truck, and he was throwing around presents if you'd be naughty or nice. They brought back presents, the ones you could just throw down. The free rewards as well. You open a present each day. We got Guff, 2 Guffs actually, and then we got the other person, Adeline. We got the Arctic Adeline, which was a very nice skin, just a winter skin that we got for free, and some other stuff we got for free as well. But it all ended early, like the Santa's truck went, all the items went, and the presents were still there, but like it's like the event ended early. I don't know why. Also, we had the most wanted event, and there like votes all over the map, and it was really good event. Like, knocked it out of the water with Fortnite. You blew it out the water, and I really appreciate that for giving us such a good event, and you should keep doing that. Got even more free rewards that you had to do quests for, or you could just buy all of it, but like, who does that? Also, bows and motorboats got vaulted during the event. I don't know why motorboats, I don't know, but there was vaults at Brutal Bastion, Faulty Splits and Shattered Slabs, and Shattered Slabs vault was the easiest to get to because the boss had a heavy shotgun, and they're very inaccurate, so the boss would never hit a shot. But it's always his henchman as well, and he would hit shots, just like not all the time. So I think that was the easiest one to go to, and that's why I went there in the event a lot. And all the other votes were good, but I think they were just harder because like the one at Brutal Bastion, the person just kept spamming grenades and it was kind of annoying, and she had the explosive assault rifle as well. But yeah, good event, really good event. We had the augment selection, where you could pick your favourite augment to see how you'd like to play, some different perks. You can do, like, for example, get different weapons, have an ability, and I hope they add more next season and continue to do augments because they're really fun. You can get a chug cannon from it. Maybe you could like get extra speed, extra ammo in your weapon, extra damage, siphon. It was just really creative, and I love that Fortnite done that because it was really good. Capture points as well, where you could stand at a flag for 45 seconds. It used to be 60 seconds, but then they put it to 45 to make it quicker. And you could get a bunch of loot, and you claim the POI, marks everything in the POI, and yeah, you get a bunch of loot with it, and your flag gets put up on the pole where the capture point is. So they are really good concept. I also like the motorbikes. You could do wheelies, you could do the tricks, because it had the trick score multiplier. You could jump, do flips. It was just really cool. I hope they add new types of motorbikes as time goes on. And I also like the hotspots, where basically on the map the POI would be orange, and they'd have like little drones with like loot inside of them where you could shoot down, and they're basically like mini chests in the sky, and usually more people would go there. So yeah, be careful when you're landing at those places. And we also had a hurdling, where you could run up to something and you would just like jump over it, but it had to be like relatively like low, like it feels like a gate. You could like just hurdle over the gate, but it was really buggy, and they had to remove it for most of the season. It was kind of like sand tunneling, but I guess it stayed for a little bit longer. I don't remember how long sand tunneling was in the game. It still hasn't come back, so I hope it comes back next season. And also, that's another thing, bugs. There were loads and loads and loads of bugs this season, and I think that's the thing that ruined the season. I think it would be better if there was less bugs in the game. If there was less bugs, then that would make the game so much better. But I guess Epic just had lots of stuff here, and they were like testing it and stuff. Maybe they just couldn't get around to fixing the bugs, and I think it's just because like maybe the new Unreal Engine 5 graphics. I have to say the game looks beautiful now, like on the new graphics. You can see all the new colors, and it just looks so good compared to last season. And yeah, overall, this season really amazing. I love this season. Love the loot pool. The map is good, even though they could improve. The gameplay, like the performance, could be much better though. So I hope they expand on that. Gameplay though, like in terms of having fun and stuff, the season was really fun. I really liked the season, and I hope they start to do more seasons like this, because the season was phenomenal. I hope Chapter 4 will keep going strong and be one of the best seasons. We have lots of stuff coming up next season. Maybe first person, Unreal Engine for Fortnite. People are speculating all these different things coming to Fortnite, and I can't wait. So let's see what Epic has in store for next season. And yeah, sorry guys, this was a very long video. 30 minutes, half an hour talking about a video game. But anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy my review on this season. Really good season overall. Thank you Epic Games for another banger season. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, turn notifications so just come next, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.